Hello, I'm Andrew Holmes and welcome to Movie Mondays on the PreRendered show. Today, I'll be taking a look at Final Destination 5, released on August 12th, 2011. The first thing I'll talk about is the plot in this movie. It's the same as all the other Final Destination movies. Someone has a premonition of an upcoming death, and they warn everybody, and some survive, but it's only to be killed later. So in that aspect, the movie is kind of repetitive to the other Final Destination movies. But what makes this unique, and what everybody comes for, is the deaths. Now, having seen Final Destination 2 and 3, I know the deaths in these type of movies are very over the top and kind of cartoonish, but in a good way. This movie does not disappoint in this aspect, and I thought that all the deaths were very well played and not too obvious like in previous installments. Now it's time to move on to the acting. The movie actually has some pretty good acting in it, surprisingly enough, considering that only two actors in the movie are kind of well known at all, the two being David Koechner and Tony Todd. Sorry if I messed up their names. There wasn't really a weak performance from anyone in the movie, and everyone played their part well. Now, on a side note, it was pretty funny that the fake Tom Cruise from Superhero movie is one of the main characters. Just saying. So I guess the last thing to talk about is the atmosphere, because in these type of movies, it's actually pretty important how they set this up. Now, the atmosphere in this movie is actually really good. It seems like every time someone had a premonition, dust in the wind would happen, or the song would play. And there was always creepy music or something leading up to someone's death, and it was always very well played and not too obvious, like I said earlier. Overall, really good job. Oh, that's it. Surprisingly, the movie was actually pretty good. And if you're a fan of horror movies or just kind of cartoonish deaths, I know it's kind of weird to say that, but just that type of thing, I would recommend this movie. Overall, this movie's definitely getting a 7 out of 10. I think that's a pretty fair score.